Hello, Assalamu alaikum, students. And this is Azka, your teacher. And as you know that I teach business and accounting to O and A level students. And the thing is, first of all, I just want to announce my online crash course. And this online crash course for O and A levels, accounting and business. And this is particularly for May June session 2025. So what we will do in our crash course, we will be practicing the past paper sessions. Like there will be like past paper sessions for you. And we will be discussing the marking schemes, and we will be discussing how to dissect the case study, how you can extract the points from the case, and how you can write it into the questions, like the answers for the questions. And also we will revise the whole book. Um, and I will be sharing different tips and tricks to solve the paper. And I'll be giving you 24/7 WhatsApp support and my own notes, which will be free. So if you want to join my group classes, so for O levels, this is 6,000 Pakistani rupees, like I'm telling about the fees. And for the A levels, this is 7,000. And this is about the group classes. But if you want to take the individual classes, of course, the fee will be high. But yes, this is it for my group classes. So if you want to join, you can text me on WhatsApp or maybe on Facebook, and maybe on my Instagram ID. Okay, so now let's start the paper. Okay, so this is a paper for O levels business, and this is your um, latest paper, October, November 2024. And we are going to solve paper 2, variant 2. And this is basically question paper. And this is the insert. It means that this is our whole case study, big bikes. So if you want to read this case study, first of all, you can read it. And after that, you can watch my video. But for you guys, I have written the summary of this case study. Uh, okay, so this is the case study. Now let's discuss the case study first. Okay. So BB is basically a public limited company, and it is based in country X that manufactures the bicycles for various age groups, selling mainly in its domestic market through specialist bicycle shops and exporting 30% of its output. Okay, so 30% of output they are exporting. Like, it means that if they are producing 100% of the bicycles, so 30% of it they are exporting to the different other countries, and 70% of it they are selling the bicycles on different specialist bicycle shops. So BB employee 100 production workers in a factory using a flow production and paying $10 per hour. And but suffers from high labor turnover due to low employee motivation, and the company has a flat organizational structure. You can just view their flat organizational structure from the insert if you have it. If you don't have it, so you can just download it from the Google or maybe the Papa Cabbage, or there are a lot of websites. With a short chain of command, enabling the quick decision making and direct communication. So most likely they are using the autocratic style. So BB sale have grown consistently over the past 25 years, but the domestic market is now slowing. It means that the bicycles market, the whole market is getting slow. So whether it's bus selling, children's bicycle in the maturity stage of the productive life cycle, the marketing director is considering an extension strategy to revive this product instead of stopping production. To sustain growth, BB plans to expand into international markets and become a multinational company by manufacturing and selling bicycles in new countries. And it is considering country A and country B for its first overseas factory. Okay, so they have two choices, country A and country B. So with country A offering lower costs and fewer competitors, while country B offers higher selling prices but higher production cost and intense competition. So so here is a twist, of course. If they'll go to the country A, so if there may be there's a lower cost, maybe the lower wage cost or lower production cost, and also they have the fewer competitors. Okay. So here we have the financial analysis reveals BB has strong efficiency, 30% ROCE. It means that return on capital employed. Good liquidity, visit is 1.3 asset test ratio, and low debt compared to its main competitor. However, BB lags in revenue, gross profit margin 50% versus 60%, and net profit margin, which is 5% versus 20%. So 5% is for BB and 20% for its competitors, indicating the competitor is more profitable. So to address challenges like slowing domestic sales and higher labor turnover, BB is exploring strategies such as team working, piece rate, and job rotation to motivate employees, and extension strategies like adding value, new features, selling it in twice shop. Because previously they were selling it into the bicycle shop, but now they are going to sell it in the toy shop. So that, of course, toy shop is basically for the kids. So whenever the parents will be doing like a shopping, purchasing twice for their kids, so of course they will look to the bicycles also. So there is a potential that they can purchase the bicycles as well for their kids. Or launching television campaigns for its best-selling product. BB must balance its financial position, stakeholder interest, and expansion plans to sustain the long-term growth and competitiveness. Okay. So now let's see the questions. We have the very first question, question number 1, part A, in which we have to explain 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of BB being a public limited company. So as we can see that this is 8-mark question, so we just need to write the pros and cons, and we also need to analyze it, and we will be using application points also, and when we will be identifying the pros and cons. So this will give us our knowledge marks. Okay, so my first advantage is the first advantage which I just stated here. This is ability to raise a larger amounts of capital. Okay, so this is my first advantage. So this is my knowledge. So whenever you are stating something, advantage, disadvantage, writing the definition, writing the formula. Okay, so this is basically your knowledge. So being a public limited company allows BB to sell shares to the public through stock market, first of all, enabling it to raise significant funds for expansion, such as setting up factories in other countries to entering into new markets. We know that in this condition, we know that in case study, they already talked about that they want to set up their factories in country A or maybe in country B. So for that, of course, they need the finance. So as you can see that I have used much of my applications here, and through this, I analyze my point that how this will be a kind of advantage for the BB. If it is like, if not if, it is actually the PLC. The second advantage is increased brand reputation and trust. So public limited companies often enjoy a high level of credibility and trust from investors, customers, and suppliers, so which can help BB attract more business and partnerships. Now let's see the disadvantages. First one is a risk of loss control. So as shares are sold to the public, BB's original owners may lose significant control over decision making. If large numbers of shares are acquired by external shareholders or institutional investors. The second disadvantage is compliance and the regulatory cost. So BB must comply with the strict legal and financial reporting requirements, which can be time consuming and expensive. And this includes publishing annual accounts and meeting corporate governance standards. Okay, so now let's see the B part. Consider the advantages and disadvantages of the following three methods BB could use to motivate its production workers. Which method should BB use? Justify your answer. So we have these three methods: piece rate, team working, and job rotation. So we have to write the advantage for piece rate, for team working, and for job rotation. And at the end, we will concluding that which method will be useful for BB to motivate the workers. So first of all, let's talk about the piece rate. So what is piece rate? Workers are paid based on the number of units they produce. This is piece rate advantage. It can increase their productivity. So workers are motivated to produce more bicycles to earn higher wages, direct link between effort and reward. So employees see immediate benefits for their hard work. What is the disadvantage? First of all, the compromised quality. So workers may rush production to maximize earnings related to defects and poor quality bicycles. Team working. It can improve motivation and morale, so workers feel valued and part of a group, boosting job satisfaction. However, there will be group conflict. Differences in opinions or performance levels can lead to disagreements. The job rotation. It can reduce the monotony. Workers feel more engaged as they experience a varied task. However, there will be training cost. Workers need training for different tasks, which increase short-term cost. Now, recommendation. So my recommendation is the teamwork. Now I'm going to justify it. BB uses floor production, which heavily relies on coordination and collaboration. We all know about it, and we all have seen this in the case study. So team working fosters better communication and ensures smooth production processes. It can address BB's high labor turnover by improving the job satisfaction and creating a supportive environment. Unlike piece rate, if you are negating the other two options, so you have to justify why. So unlike piece rate, it prioritizes the quality over quantity, ensuring the customer satisfaction, while job rotation can also reduce the monotony. Team working is less disruptive and aligns better with the BB's production structure. So by implementing team working, we can create a more cohesive and motivated workforce, leading to sustained improvements in productivity and the quality. The next question is explain the two effects of PB having a short chain of command. So first effect is that there will be faster decision making. The short chain of command means fewer levels of management between the top executives and employees. So this allows decisions to be communicated and implemented quickly, and which is particularly beneficial for adopting to changes in production or market conditions. So for instance, PB can respond swiftly to issues such as slowing sales or the need for extension strategy for its products. The second effect is that there will be improved communication. So with fewer hierarchical levels, communication between employees and managers is more direct and less likely to be distorted. And this enhances clarity and efficiency, ensuring that production workers receive clear instruction and feedback, which can help address issues such as low motivation and high labor turnover. Let's see the B part of the second question. Okay, so in the B part, consider the following three extension strategies BB could use for its best-selling product. Which strategy BB should use is survival answer. First one is the adding new features. Second one is start selling in toy shops. Third one is television advertising campaign. Okay. So first of all, if they add the new features, so what will be its advantage? So it can attract the repeat customers, and enhancing the product with new features can encourage existing customers to upgrade. However, there will be high development cost. Research and development to design and implement new features may be very expensive. Number two, which is start selling in toy shop. So it can expand the customer base. Selling through the toy shops can reach a younger demographic and parent shopping for the children. However, there will be limited focus on old customers. This strategy primarily targets children, potentially ignoring the adult bicycle market. The third one is a television advertise campaign. So of course, there will be broad reach using this third method. So television advertising can create awareness among a wide audience, including potential customers in untapped markets. However, there will be high costs. So television advertising requires significant investment, which may not yield immediate returns. Now, what is my recommendation? So my recommendation is the start selling in toy shop. So now I'm going to justify it. So this strategy aligns best with the BB's target market for kids, for children's bicycles, and can drive sales without incurring high costs like advertising or development. So toy shop naturally attract the parents and children's BB's key audience for this product, increasing the likelihood of sales. And it's a low risk strategy compared to adding new features. So it does not require significant upfront investment or the uncertainty of the customer acceptance. So by starting to sell in the toy shop, BB can effectively extend the product life cycle while minimizing the financial risk, making it most practical choice. The third question is that explain one way each of the following stakeholder groups might be affected by a business becoming a multinational company. First one is shareholders, employees, suppliers, and the government. So how the customer will affect, employee. So employee may benefit from increased job opportunities, including the chances to work in new locations or to take on more senior roles as a business expands. However, existing work employees may also face greater competition or feel insecure if the company outsources jobs to countries with lower labor cost. How the local customer, how the customer will impact. So customers in new market gains access to the company's products such as BB's bicycle, providing more choices. However, the focus on the global markets could reduce the attention to the needs and preferences of existing customers in the home market. Shareholders. Shareholders might see increased profits and higher dividends due to the company's expand market reach and revenue growth. So on the downside, the risk and the cost of operating in foreign markets could potentially reduce returns if the expansion is unsuccessful. And how it will impact the government. So government benefits from increased tax revenue and foreign investment. Boosting the local economy, however, it may need to ensure that the business complies with local regulations and does not exploit the resources or the labor. Okay, so now let's see the B part. Okay, so B part is using Appendix 2 and other information considered two countries. BB could choose to locate its first new factory. Which country should BB choose? Justify your answer, country A or country B. So in country A, we have several advantages. First of all, the raw material availability. So 70% availability of raw material in country A reduces their dependency on imports, ensuring the low material cost and the consistent supply. Number two would be the low wage cost. So labor costs are $100 per bicycle, significantly cheaper than country B, lowering overall production cost. And there are few competitors. So limited commission market allows PB to capture a significant share of the local market easily. And fourth one, the selling price of $400 per bicycle in country A, though lower than in country B, still allows a reasonable profit margin. And what are the disadvantages? So there is high unemployment. So while this ensures a ready labor supply, it might reflect lower consumer purchasing power, potentially limiting the market demand. Of course, if in any country, if the unemployment rate is very high, so it is good for supply of labor. But if the unemployment rate is very high in a particular country, so it means that people cannot purchase the purchasing power of the consumers will low, because of course at the end of the day if they are not employed, so how they can arrange um, the cash to purchase the bicycles. Now let's analyze the country B. So let's see the advantages. So first advantage is the high selling price. So at $1,000 per bicycle, the market offers higher revenue per unit sold, increasing the profit margins. Number two is low unemployment, so reflects higher consumer purchasing power, which could drive greater demand for bicycles. And in the disadvantage, there is a high wage cost. So labor costs are $300 per bicycle, 3 times higher than in country A, which would significantly increase production cost. Only 40% more availability of raw material means higher transportation cost and potential supply chain issues. So I would again want to suggest you that first of all, read the case study, read the insert paper, because all this information where I basically have this information from where I have calculated it. It is simply written in the uh, insert. And there are many competitors. So intense competition in the market makes it harder for BB to establish itself and maintain the profitability. Now let's see the recommendation. So I will recommend country A. So what will be my justification? So the first is the cost efficiency. So lower labor cost $100 per bicycle and higher raw material availability 70% make country A more cost effective option for production. And there's a market entry opportunity. So lack of significant competition in country A allows BB to dominate the market even with the lower selling price, which is 400 per bicycle. And there is risk management also. So starting operation in a lower cost environment like country A reduces the financial risk associated with high wages competition in country B. Although country B offers higher revenue per unit sold, the high cost and competitive market make it less favorable for BB's first multinational expansion. So country A provides a balanced approach to cost control and market capture, aligning with BB's current goals. The fourth question is explain two reasons why BB might want to sell its product in new markets and other countries. So first reason is diversify the revenue streams. So selling in new markets allow BB to reduce its reliance on the domestic market country X, where bicycle sales are growing more slowly. And its best-selling children's bicycle is in maturity stage of the product life cycle. So expanding internationally provide access to untapped customer bases, ensuring ensuring continued revenue growth. The second reason is that they want to exploit the market potential. So by entering new markets, BB can benefit from higher selling prices or increased demand in certain countries. For example, as shown in Appendix 2, country B offered a selling price of $1,000 per bicycle, which is significantly higher than the country X, and this allows BB to maximize profitability and leverage its existing production capacity effectively. Now let's see the last question. Using Appendix 3 and other information, consider BB's financial performance compared to its main competitor. Do you think BB's financial performance is better than its competitor? Justify your answer using the appropriate calculations. Okay. So first of all, now let's talk about the return on capital employed. So ROC basically measures that how efficiently a company uses its capital to generate profit. So BB's return on capital employed is 30%, competitor is 15%. So BB's ROC is significantly higher, indicating that BB is more efficient in generating profit from its capital. Now let's talk about the asset test ratio. So this ratio assesses the company's ability to meet short-term liabilities without relying on inventory, because we know that closing inventory is not the part of asset test ratio. Yeah, but it is the part of current ratio. So BB's asset ratio is 1.3 and competitor's ratio is 0.67. So we know that this is the ideal ratio and like 1.3. So and as the ratio above 1 indicates strong liquidity, and BB is better positioned to cover its short-term liabilities compared to its competitor, which has a ratio below 1, suggesting potentially liquidity issues. Now let's talk about the revenue. So revenue shows the total income generated from sales. In BB, the revenue is 120 and competitor's revenue is 200. So competitor has higher revenue, indicating it operates on a larger scale, has higher sales volume. And let's talk about the gross profit margin, which we need to calculate. So gross profit margin indicates the profitability of a company's core operations. So gross profit margin formula is gross profit multiplied by 100 divided by revenue. So 60 is the GP, 120 is the revenue multiplied by 100. So 50 is basically 50% is the gross margin for BB. And for competitor, this is 60%. So how we can analyze this? So competitors has a higher gross profit margin, which is 60% versus BB's gross margin is 50%, showing it retains more profit from its sales after covering the production cost. And now let's talk about the net profit margin. We also need to calculate it. So net profit margin assesses the overall profitability of the company. So this is the formula. So according to the formula, we just need to put the values. We can just see this value from the insert. And for competitor, this is 20%. And for BB, this is 5%. So competitor has a much higher net profit margin, indicating better control of non-operating cost and overall the profitability, because we know that net profit margin means that how much profit we have in the total sales. Now let's talk about the debt levels. So long-term bank loans highlight the company's financial risk. So BB's debts level is 10 million and competitor 60 million. The BB had a significantly lower debt, indicates less financial risk compared to its competitors. Now let's see the conclusion. So BB outperforms its competitors in terms of efficiency, liquidity, and lower financial risk. However, the competitor has higher revenue, gross profit margin, and a net profit margin, indicating a better overall profitability and operational scale. So BB's financial performance stronger in efficiency and risk management, but its profitability lags behind its competitors. So if BB can improve its margin and scale operations, it can close the gap in financial performance. So this is it for today. We have completed the whole paper. And yes, if you want to enroll into my cash course, so do join, and I make sure that this will be best only for you. Goodbye.